So I'm going to talk today about Predator, the interactive play explorer built with Plotly Dash. That is part of the Big Data Bowl project that got an honorable mention in 2024 that I did together with my two teammates. The topic was tackling, analyzing tackling, finding out things about tackling in American football. Our project was around predator-prey interactions from the animal kingdom. We tried to bring that into American football tackling and try to optimize and build new metrics for optimizing tackling opportunities. What I'm talking about today is the interactive dashboard that's highlighting some of our models that we built there and that I built with Plotly Dash, and where you can look at our models, the tackling probability, where there's for every frame on the play for the tracking data, you get a probability if a given player will make a tackle on the given play, and the expected yards after catch is the expected distance a player will go in the given setup for our tracking data. To see what I'm talking about, I will start with the demo. Here you see the app with all the tracking players shown as different nodes on the play, and here on the top you can select a play from the loaded game that's in the demo, and you can actually start the animation and look at the whole play one game and one rush through. It will loop, but you can also stop the play at a certain frame, and then you can see on the bottom of the application you see the results for the models, and now you can move around players on the field to rescore the models, and then you will get a different results for example, for the tackle probability, because if player 30 is really close, you get a higher probability. And if the players are way further, the expected yards is going to go up and the tackling probability will go down significantly. And that you can do for every play, for every frame, and you can play around with the models and see what's going to come out. Why Plotly Dash? I know a lot of people use Streamlit, so why I didn't use that? It's just because in the research I found out that I didn't have the fitting plugin Plotly Dash was way more flexible with exactly what I wanted to do. It may be different in a different case, but in this case there was some really cool features that in Plotly that helped me a lot. What helped most is the Dash Cytoscape open source component library, which is a network analysis library that I repurposed in using for tracking data. We did feature engineering with pandas. That's also possible with Streamlit, but it worked out in that case with Plotly. And in the app that you actually see in our demo, that's the Plotly app is embedded in the Shiny app with iframe. That's worked out really well and didn't have any performance problems with that, so that's really nice. And the other alternative would be to build that from scratch with JavaScript, because the Cytoscape library is also available in JavaScript. So you could also do that, but that wasn't doable in the scope of the project. Scope of the project. So in Plotly I used a lot of different features, the HTML components for all the text box and buttons and stuff. The Dash core components for the graphing was done with Plotly. That's a little minus point. You can use Matplotlib or APL Soccer for it, because you have to use Plotly with Dash because it's a Plotly product. There's an interval feature for looping that helps with the animation and for looping. And the Dash data table is a really nice feature that you saw on the bottom with the results of the play, where you could really easily show the results and customize it. And then what I talked about already is Cytoscape, a little bit more of a Cytoscape. It's for network theory and analysis. I used, instead of big graph with a lot of edges, I used unconnected nodes, and you can do different style classes that you can use for different designs, and for having some extra data in the labels. Then what I had to do is have a separate function to convert the format of the data in pandas in the data frame to the Cytoscape JSON, and then the other way around for the custom data for the model scoring. And now for the models, the data was loaded at the end, at the beginning. It's the same also with the models. They were loaded. They were trained in R actually, and then were loaded in with JSON and a model file into XGBoost. And the missing features were then calculated in the app, like because we only have like the XY coordinates in the data that we generated, we need to also have all the features that were in the model that could be done like on the fly after you press the button for rescoring the play. And data will be scored with the custom model. Then the callbacks is where everything gets live, because the callbacks react on the different input states in the app. And the outputs change everything on the dashboard. We have callbacks for every little thing that happens on the dashboard, and one is, for example, for toggling the animation, because the animation always changes when the slider is changed, so we can toggle if the slider is updated every second or like whatever time you want for one frame. And then also in the end, the coordinates get retrieved and scored. So here's an example for the callbacks, where you have like different inputs, a state, then you output it to the slider frame, and through outputting it to the slider frame, you get a new frame on the dashboard. Future applications could be the development into a American football analysis suite. You could also do something similar with football. But there's like a lot of different topics that would be nice to use this app for, or like apply it for, and that would also be cool to have new features for like acceleration, speed, and the orientation of the player. Yeah, there is also like a lot of new approaches in the recent big data wall. For example, applying transformers, a transformer model to the tracking data to get some more better insights with the custom generated data. You could do it with JavaScript, Cytoscape, and then probably have a API backend where you read in the data into JavaScript. And there's a talk from Karan Singh about situation search that will also be from the Opta Pro forum in 2016, I think. And that would be really cool to, like, when you create your custom data from a play, that you also get plays that would be similar to the play that you drawn up. And yeah, and probably if I would do this project very further, I would do some data engineering with DuckDB, because it should be really helpful to have more data in the demo or in the application than only one game. The performance is really good with one game, but I don't know if it would be much worse with a lot more games. Thank you very much. Yeah, a lot of thanks to my partners in the Big Data Bowl, Sam Kirschner and Gerdo Bob, the alias for Andrew, and our team captain, Nick Van, and the two Stats Perform and PySport for doing this presentation, or doing this event, and for the open source community for doing such cool stuff. Here's the links for everything, and here's just the app again.